Greetings, humans and cyborg zombie sharks alike, and welcome to a very special video of Early Access Subnautica. This is, I believe, build number 7, which I'm looking on my screen to see if I can validate, but pretty sure this is build number 7. So, welcome. This is another game by a favorite game development company of mine, Unknown Worlds. It's their not sequel, actually not at all sequel to Natural Selection 2, but it's the game they're doing after Natural Selection 2. And as a little bit of a surprise, there's actually a tie-in to NS2, and we'll get to that later. But it's a small one, but it's still pretty cool. But you're probably asking, what is Subnautica? And for lack of better terms, I guess the easiest way to equate it is, it's Minecraft underwater. You see, that's your ship. You came here thinking, I'm going to have a nice vacation. And then you crashed, and now you're stranded on what is basically a giant oceanic planet, and you must survive. I guess you were also the sole survivor. I kind of skipped all the introduction stuff and all that, because, you know, I like telling stories, so here we go. Anyway, you're probably wondering what it looks like. This is my escape pod, this is me, hi me, and this is us going in the water. Whee! So as you can see right out the bat, it's actually a very pretty game. And the world is actually huge. I'm not sure if this is anywhere near the final scale of the game, but it's pretty awesome, and I'm pretty happy with it. So anyway, I am currently playing in survival mode, and that may change. I'm going to play through a bit, and I'll probably bounce around in this video a lot as it keeps going further, because there's a lot of resource collection. So anyway, the environment is actually destructive and important, or you can destroy it. I'm not sure that was the right word. But yeah, you can pick up things like sand, and it actually digs like holes in the ground, which is pretty cool. I like this. So there's your Minecraft aspect. And also like Minecraft is the crafting. We have stuff in our inventory. That will come in handy. And you're hearing Betty yelling about my oxygen level. And with good reason. As we are human air breathers, we must survive by periodically going up to the surface and replenishing our either lungs or oxygen tanks, which is kind of both. But anyway, so that's the big question, and I kind of think, like, what do you do? How do you survive? How do you enhance your gameplay? And what is the objective? Well, once again, this is build 7 of the early builds. Don't even think this is alpha yet. So there's a lot of rough edges, but one of the big things is there's not really an objective. It's just kind of explore the world and have fun. So we'll kind of get into should you buy it or should you not later. For now, let's just play around and have some fun. I'm currently at 37% health, which means I've been talking far too much. This is actually inside your little dealio here. So what we're going to end up doing first is we're going to see if we can find salt. Actually, while we're here, we're going to pick this metal up, because metal's going to come in very handy later. And we're going to grab some stuff. Can I eat you? I think I can eat you. Come here, I'm going to eat you. Nah, I can't get... I'm an idiot. Oh gosh, I'm going to starve to death right after the introduction.
Oxygen, 50%.
I'm a little worried about that too. By the way, if I die due to starvation, lack of oxygen, or whatever, I'll probably continue the video in freedom mode, and the reason why is because it's a lot easier to... Get over here. Yeah, I got you. Okay, it's a lot easier to kind of illustrate the actual gameplay, and I won't be under the time constraints of, oh my gosh, I'm going to starve to death, which is never fun. So for now, let's start with cooking, because everybody loves seafood or something like that. And I'm at 33% in hunger, so let's do that. Alright, so we're back at our escape pod now. Going to jump in. This is kind of like your little home base. But anyways, with food cooking, everything, this is basically your entire crafting system. And you just click on what it is that you're interested in. And we will be getting to some of this stuff soon. For now, let's make a meal. We're going to make a cooked peeper. Doesn't that sound tasty? Such. So go to tab, gives us our inventory. And I'm just going to drop it on the ground like novice. Left click to eat, not right click. Yummy. So there we go, we're up to 62%, and if you were paying attention, you'll also notice our hydration level is at 80%. Yay, numbers! So anyway, yeah, if you're not interested in the whole survival aspect of this game and find the must-eat everything super tedious, I highly suggest checking out Freedom Mode because it's simply the same game minus all that aspect, and I think that's wonderful. In fact, I'm going to grab you because you're an idiot, and I will save you for later. I guess I'm just going to hold a fish for a bit, guys. It's all good. We're going to need some of these too, and I haven't been keeping track of how much of those I have. I'll also need this. Alright, so right now there are basically 3 stages of the game. The first stage is what we're dealing with right now, and that's, I guess you would call it the introductory stage. It's where you basically learn how your oxygen tanks work, that you run out of food very quickly, and basic crafting and stuff like that. The second part of the game, I feel, occurs after you finally get the oxygen tank and the flippers. And optionally, there's the flashlight and this other thing, which I probably won't showcase in this video.
50%.
Because I'm going to try to go through all the tiers quickly and show you guys something really cool at the end. Well, I think it's really cool. But anyway, I need some more salt because I'm already hungry again. Gosh dang. I think I'm just going to grab a ton of salt. There's salt. And a ton of fish. Just cook me up some fish and throw them in my pot. I don't know. I'm going to do so. Oh, gosh.
Oxygen.
We're going to come back here. It's good to know that's there, though. Let's just say there's a semi-invisible threat there. Oh, gosh. Give me... Really? Sir, I'm going to die. No, I'm not. I'm good.
Oxygen.
I'm good. I survived.
25%.
Ha! Okay. So, let's cook this bad boy up. Really quickly. Man, oh man. You do get hungry fast in this game. Alright, back in. Just gonna eat that real quick. 85. Alright, so right now in the first stage, what I need are... Well, I need some sand, which I think I have a ton of sand. Okay, we're just gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna pick this up. This is quartz. We'll be using that later along with the mushrooms. Those aren't very vital right now, but they will be in part 2 of our mission. Hello, guys.
Oxygen.
I'll show you those guys later. They're interesting little critters. Yeah, I don't want to deal with that right now, and you'll find out why. Ah, metal. Okay, the other thing we need is 2 metal. The 2 metal, or are 2 metal. The 2 metal are for the oxygen tank. And that's really it. I mean, once you have, I think it's 6 sand. Let me see if I have enough of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I got enough of that. So 6 sand and 2 metal. You can turn those into basic scuba gear and get yourself out of stage 1. We will squarely be in stage 2. And stage 2 is where things get more interesting. Stage 2 is the fun part, guys. Alright, so we made it back to the landing, whatever it is. The landing, I want to call it a landing boat. It certainly isn't a boat. Check it out. It's coming up on sunset, so we've done everything in our first day. Pretty nice. Day-night cycles are pretty quick in this game. Let's do... What do I need? Alright, so the tank's easy. That's going to deplete 2 of my metal, which I think's all I had on me. And there we go. If I check my inventory... Oh, I had 3. Okay. Now I have a tank. And the tank gives us an additional 30 seconds to be underwater. That is going to be so important. Next off is going to be the fins. But I need silicone for that. Silicone. I need silicone for that. And, oh, I've got 9 sand, so I can build a lot of this stuff. Yeah, it turns out this is actually one of the easiest things to build, and I saw somebody online say don't even bother getting the flippers because there's better stuff. But honestly, going down underground, getting 6 handfuls of sand, and effectively you've got yourself flippers. Or fins, I guess is what they're called. So I very much disagree with his advice. You're going to get a little speedier with these things. Yeah, basically the fins give you speed, and the oxygen gives you longevity, I guess is the best way to put it. And that's all pretty useful. So the next thing we're going to want to do, though... Actually, you know what I think I'm going to do real quick, and I would consider this part optional of the Stage 1 aspect of the game, is I'm going to see if I can find some emery, because I told you guys about something earlier, and if you were paying attention, you may remember what that is. But I'll go ahead and build it, because I think it's awesome. There's also some stuff that we need along the way. Flint is not one of them. I don't know why I picked it up, because I'm weird like that. Alright, 50% oxygen. But if you've been paying attention, you'll realize that we depleted the oxygen a lot slower this time, which is wonderful. I'm going to explore this cave because there might be something awesome in here, and there might be death. I'm going for death. Emery, there we go. Okay, I'm going to show you what these guys look like. Excuse me. This is probably God's strangest creation right here, and you're going to find out why. They have a very interesting defensive mechanism. Excuse me, does somebody want to play? Hello? Hey, you want a hug? You want to... Yeah, they don't really actually want hugs. And check out my life. That just took a fair decent amount of life out of me. Now, the worst part of that whole thing is that those guys tend to guard a very important resource for getting out of stage 2. And so, I probably have my work cut out for me, because there's probably something in there that I really, really need. You'll notice I'm also picking up quartz, and quartz is important because it creates glass. And so I should probably get back over here to the life pod and explain exactly what it is that I am doing. What I am doing is, ooh, there's a compass, that's new, and a storage cube, which I knew about, but interesting. But we don't care about any of that. What we care about right now is the constructor. There it is. So, what the constructor is going to do for us is allow us to build a submarine, which is exciting. But for now, we're going to build a knife. Apparently I had enough emery. I thought I didn't. Haha! So, what was I talking about earlier? Well, hopefully we can see here. Hopefully the 1080p shows up. There we go. You guys read that? There it is. Altera Arms Corporation. I'm really excited about that. Why? Because Altera Arms Corporation is the corporation, I guess, that services your weapons and natural selection too. So, bada bing, there's your link in. That connects, this simple little dagger connects natural selection 2 in Subnautica. And I think that's great. So that's me geeking out. Good job, Unknown Worlds. I'm so glad you continued by putting us in the middle of a giant ocean planet. Alright, so, fun stuff. I'm going to scavenge for goodies for a little bit, and when I come back, gosh, it's pretty at night. It's going to be even prettier. Watch. I know it's really dark for you guys, but I'll try and find some stuff. Probably once we get the sub, actually. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to try to scavenge for some stuff, and when I come back, I will have a constructor. So basically, what I will be doing is looking for metal, and I'll be constructing a battery and getting some glass, and I'll try to not do this all at once. I'm just going to gather the raw resources so you guys can follow along at home. Yay! Alright, so I'll see you in a bit. Alright folks, we're back, and here is hoping I have everything I need to build the constructor anyways. We're not done yet. So the first thing, let's go through and just have a quick recap. We're going to need 3 metal, a battery, and 2 glass. Now, I've got the metal. That's the easy one because that's a raw resource. The other 2 resources require additional, what would it be, refining, I guess you could say. So to do that, we're going to head over to the resource section, and you'll notice glass takes sand and quartz, and I think it's just 1 each. So I need 2 of these, so I'm going to go ahead and build those out. There's 1, and there's 2. Now the other thing that we need is a battery. Well, it takes zinc, which is easy, but it also takes carbon. We don't have any carbon, so how are we going to do that? Well, it turns out 3 purple mushrooms will do that just fine. And hey, we've got 9. And guess what? We're going to need, well, 3 more after this. But for what we need now, this will do just fine. So we'll build one of these things. Now we've got ourselves a battery. Awesome. And hey, look at that. The constructor's lit up. So here we go. Build ourselves a constructor. And you're probably asking, what does this do? And that's a fair enough question. Yay, the daylight. Constructor's basically responsible for building things. Wow, that was pretty obvious. And it's pretty simple. You just set it up like so. Hop on it. Click ye button. And here we go. We have a couple of possibilities here. Wait, what? Interesting. Somehow I've managed to procure some copper. Look at that. I honestly don't even know where I picked that up. That was actually the component that I was the most concerned about. I thought for certain we weren't going to be able to find that at all easily, because it's usually hidden by those explodey fish. So I guess that simplifies things and kind of makes this video a little bit easier. But needless to say, it's very typical for you to have to do some very interesting digging patterns and spelunking down there in ye cave patterns. And it usually ends up quite deadly. Either you get blown up by a school of explodey fish, or you run out of oxygen because you got yourself lost in a labyrinth of hallways, I guess you could call them, and you can't find an air pocket. So I lucked out on this one, but you guys may find it more difficult. That's okay though, because what we're after is the sea moth. Now, what we wish we could have is the cyclops. But far as I know, I have never seen gold, and I have never seen an unobtainium, which by its very name sounds really hard to find, in the entirety of this, I was going to say beta, but it's not even that. This early access, we will call it. So the Cyclops, unfortunately, is out of the question. But that's okay, we can make a sea moth, and we're going to do that. And we need 2 glass, 1 battery, and 3 metal. So once again, the glass is pretty easy, the batteries aren't too bad, and the metal's not hard either. It's really just the copper that's the issue, so the hard part's done. So, once again, off I go into the wild blue yonder, and I'll find those parts and we'll make ourselves a sea moth. And then comes stage 3 of this awesome, wonderful game. And if you're worried about the fact that I haven't done much oohing and ahhing over things, don't worry, stage 3 is where we're going to do a lot of that. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, and we are back. And I have some fish that I'm going to be eating / taking with me. But right now what we need is, let me see, 3 metal, 1 battery, 1 copper, and 2 sand. So once again, we'll start with the easy stuff, and we'll create some glass, because we already have all the raw resources necessary. Alright. And so once again, that's... let's see. I'm sorry, I said 2 glass. I can't remember what I said. But anyways, quartz is sand and glass is sand and quartz. So that's what we need for that. The battery is a little bit more complicated. Zinc, which actually took me a while to find, and carbon for the battery. We have the zinc. Just need to make the carbon. So there we go. Now we can make the battery. And we should be good to go. From here on out, we should have all the resources necessary to build our first ever submarine. Isn't that awesome? We're gonna have a sub. I mean, we're gonna be like captains of the sea now. It's gonna be the most awesome, most epic thing ever. Oh my gosh, here we go. Check it out, sea moth. Oh, clickies. Yeah, we're definitely gonna be captains, but kind of forgot to mention it's a little on the small side. Oh well, someday we'll get our Cyclops. Until then, we have a sea moth. I happen to like the sea moth. But this basically constitutes the last stage of the current build of Subnautica. Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? But effectively, we are civilized people at this stage. Now, before we get all excited and go for a flight in this thing, I guess you would call it, I'm a little hungry, so... Nom 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 fish. Actually... Well, okay, we actually need one more thing before we can get out of here, and that is probably I can actually access it from here. I think I'm doing this right. But before we do that, let's just go for a little flight. Here we go. We're inside of a little sub. And it's nighttime, which is great, because we can also showcase that it actually has a nice little green flashlight. And as you can see, we're underwater, but our O2 tank is not going down, which is what makes this so amazing. We can go really deep and really far without too much problem. And in the current build, I'm sure this won't be in the final game, even though there's energy on the right-hand side, I've heard that if it runs out of energy, it still keeps going for now. Furthermore, if you are worried about that, there's a cheap little trick you can do by just simply going kind of far away from it, like so. Eventually it will pop out of existence. Unless I changed it. There it goes. Okay, and when you come back to it, usually it goes back. Ah, they've tricked me. Okay, either they fixed it or I don't know what's up. But it used to respawn, and that would give all its health and energy back. Oh, yep, still works. Now we're at 100 and 100. It just doesn't do the animation anymore, I guess. Yeah, it used to do the construction animation. So, okay, awesome. Now, I can't really remember how to do this because I tend to play Freedom, so here we go real quick. The other thing we need is water, and I've heard some people find this part to be a little complicated. But let me see what we can do here. We don't need silicon. I think we're going to need bleach. And bleach is calcium and 2 salt. And calcium is a coral chunk. So we got to find a coral chunk, and I'm not entirely sure where that would be. But that will give us nice drinking water. Believe it or not. I mean, you know, I like a little bit of bleach in my drinking water. It makes me feel like I'm probably going to kill myself. So why would I say that? That's horrible. Don't kill yourself, kids. It's not a good thing to do. But anyways, the concept is it's disinfected water. So this stuff's supposed to deal with your hydration way better than eating fish will. Or the regular water stuff. So it's actually not a bad idea to hop in this thing and see if we can utilize that. Whoop, okay, that sometimes happens too. Like, it puts the cockpit right in the middle. It's kind of irritating. There we go. Just exit and go back in until you finally get it right. So let's see if we can get some coral stuff. And I'm not entirely sure what constitutes coral, so that'll be a first. By the way, we have a new friend. And it sounds like we found another new friend. There we go. Yeah, that is a... I don't know what they're called, but I'm going to call everything space this and that is a space barracuda. Because we're on a distant planet somewhere in space. Hello, space barracuda. I know you do not wish to be friends, so I will leave you alone. Space barracudas are actually kind of cool. They're very territorial, so if you get out of their range, they'll finally leave you alone. But if you're in their range, they will try to kill you on sight. The other cool thing about them is they're kind of pack rats. It's actually quite humorous, but on many occasions you'll see a space barracuda hauling around a chunk of metal. I don't know why they do that, but they really love metal plates. And they'll just carry them around all over the place, fling them up in the air. It's kind of funny. So, we need some coral. And actually, I think that's easier than I'm making this out to be. To be honest, I just wanted to explore, especially at night, because it gets kind of pretty at night. Ooh. Check that out. I just love this. So this kind of showcases something, too, which is kind of a problem, because Space Barracudas like the green. But this game actually has biomes, and where we started in the majority of the video so far... Oh gosh, another Space Barracuda. Was pretty much the coral region, and this is, I guess, the seaweed region. I don't really know what else to call it. Oh, and I never explained this. The little white beacon always points to your your landing pod, and you can actually make additional beacons, but I never do because I never want to get them confused, and there's pretty much nothing of interest that I don't procure and keep for myself anyway. Well, looks like sunrise is here. So what I'm going to do is park this thing so I don't lose it. I'm so good at losing things. And then we'll go see about dealing with this hydration issue, which I hope we can do very quickly, because if I have to redo all of this, is that good or bad? Did I just poison myself? I don't know how to get coral. Seriously, I do not. Oh, this thing! I think you beat on these. This is a good sign. Coral chunks, yes, coral chunks. We are good.
50%.
What'd you say? Oh, 50% ox. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna grab some sand for good measure, because it's plentiful, the most abundant resource in the entire game. Hello, sea moth. Okay, now let's make some bleach. And to do that, we're gonna need our calcium. More calcium. Lots of calcium. Many calciums. What's this? Just noticed something. What is that? Oh, bleach. Okay. There's some bleach. So there's calcium and salt for that. And unless I change the recipe... That's not what I want. Yeah, it just takes bleach. Which is strange. I mean, how does bleach turn into water? I do not know. Apparently, I am some special creature that has the capacity to turn bleach into water. Fascinating. Alright, 34 and 33. That actually didn't really even... Oh, 53. There we go. Yeah, that's good enough. Alright, so the last part of this video is basically going to be exploration. So let's hop into this bad boy. Is that good? I think I can do better than that. There we go. Let's hop into this thing and just go for a drive. And by the way, once again, I want to mention this is early access, prone to breaking, and so there is a chance that I will be crashing my game. The sea moth is absolutely amazing, but I like to go really deep underwater and go to places really far away, and that apparently the game doesn't like that too much. Ah, here's another biome. This is the, gosh dang it, the red biome. And we have a new friend. 2 new friends. Check that out. Space manatees. Hello, space manatee. Kind of weird looking, aren't they? They're such gentle creatures. It's like fart everywhere. My gosh. Whoa, easy guys. Easy with that wind breaking. Alrighty. What do we have over here? Oh, more space manatees. Hey guys, how's it going? I don't know if... Wait, can I actually go down here? It's down here. You have to be super careful when you do stuff like this. The reason why... Is that what I think it is? Oh, depth 101 is fine. I don't mind that. The reason why is because there's actually volcanoes in this game. Oh my gosh. Dude, check how far we are. I've not been like this. Look at that. That's a weird... Oh my gosh. It's a flipping mushroom cavern. I've never seen this before. This is totally new to me. This is amazing, and I'm so totally lost. I'm going to stay kind of up as much as I want to go down. I just don't want to get completely lost. This is creepy, but so cool. This is why you want the sea moth. You cannot really do this kind of stuff diving. I don't even know what to expect, dude. It's like creepy dark down here, and we're in an alien world, so... I mean, there could be some really nasty monsters down here. I wouldn't even know. The popping, I'm guessing they're going to get that fixed eventually. I'm not too worried about it right now. It's kind of funny to watch giant mushrooms pop out at you. We're at 210 meters deep, guys. That's insane. Holy crabs, guys. Nutty. Alright, I once ran into a spot like this and the game crashed, so I'm going to try to backtrack. I'm actually kind of scared right now. This is really creepy. This is actually, I was considering doing an Oculus Rift version of this too, because yes, this is Rift enabled and it does work on the DK2. I've not tried it myself. However, Patriot Bob has been down for a while, and I gave him the the honor of being the first person out of all of my friends to try it with the DK2. He loved it, so I'm really anxious to give it a shot. May or may not do that on camera. But anyways, I'm digressing. What I'm trying to get at is this is absolutely amazing, but it's so dark and creepy. If I had the DK2 on right now, man, I'd be freaking out. I'm also totally lost. I so hope I can get out of here without getting us killed. True story. Hey, that's a good sign. Ah, I've done well. I have done well. Oh no, now we gotta go past farts. Oh no, you nasty creatures. You guys are so gross. So that was absolutely awesome. I've never been there before, ever. Completely new experience for me. There are some other places that we can check out, and I may not show you guys the entire game world or all the biomes, because honestly it's a pretty cool little game and it's fun to explore, and if I show you everything then you guys don't have anything to explore for. Of course, at the same time, it's very possible that they'll be introducing new biomes as the early access progresses. So what you see here may be a sliver of what ends up in the final stages of the game. So these guys are kind of cool. I don't know what to call them, but space sand fish. We're gonna call them space sand fish. But woo! Yeah, they razor sharp teeth, very angry, also territorial, bigger territories than the barracudas. Needless to say, as a diver, not good to play with them. So we're gonna go away from them. Well, come on, where's the other good stuff? We're at these awesome depths. 73% hull integrity and 50% of energy. I know what that is. Maybe we'll run into it. I got more of those sandfish. Space sandfish, leave me alone. Man, he hurt me hard. Okay, are we venturing too far here? I think we've gone too far at this point. The world goes on for, as far as I know, infinity. Actually, I don't think it does. But I have noticed that it'll start populating grass and things like that, and that's usually when it's time to turn back. Just for safety's sake, because sometimes the game will crash on you. There we are! Behold, I present to you space whales. They're pretty much not threatening at all, as far as I can tell anyway. I mean, the only way you can consider them threatening is because they're giant rocks in the ocean, essentially. They move around a little bit, but they're pretty slow for the most part. The issue is it's very easy to accidentally run into one, and yeah, splat. They're so big, your little sea moth is essentially a small fly on its big windshield. Stay away, but enjoy them. Alright, let's go off this way. See what else we have. There's one other biome I want to show you guys, and it may actually be the last biome. I haven't really completely explored the game. Oh gosh, not more sandworms. Sandworms! Wrong IP. Sandfish. Not even an IP. Okay. Moving on. What do we have over here? Okay, this is a place because there's foliage. Am I actually heading towards home? Which I'm totally okay with. Okay, kind of. Oops! Roadkill. I'm gonna take this moment to recharge this thing by flying far away from it and then coming back in the hopes that I will replenish its awesome. That's usually as far back as you need to go for it. Also, before going in, good to get a breath of water, or air. Water. That didn't at all help. Okay, we're gonna have to keep trying this until it works. I will get this figured out. We will square this away. Good to stare at it, because if it does despawn, it doesn't actually despawn. Yeah, there it goes, I think. I'm gonna go back just in case. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it doesn't actually despawn, but it disappears, and when that happens, you can't see it, so you can easily get lost and misplace your sea moth. And it's a lot of work to get these things, so, especially the cobber. Seriously, I do not want to have to figure that out again. I don't know if I got in right. Let me try that again. What does that say? I don't know. We will find out some other time. Probably says nothing. There we go. Just gotta watch out for that barracuda I just saw on the left side of my screen. Goodness me. This is getting deep. I've gotten below 200 meters before. We may get there, we may not. I'm not going to really shoot for it, but I just want to see what else is out here. Here we go. I think this is it. Is this? Yep, this is it. This little area is kind of cool. I just like it because I don't even know what to expect. Oh yeah, and that's the final creature that I'm aware of. Except they're really kind of hard to find. I don't... Is that the noise they make? That's actually pretty creepy. They're really pretty, and I really don't know what to call them, except maybe space angelfish. That seems like a good name. We'll call them that for now, until Unknown Worlds tells us otherwise. Already doing damage to myself, so proud of that. This one's really dense. No, I just hit a space angelfish. Oh, that's the worst thing I could do. Oh, forgive me. Super creepy sounds. Needless to say, when it's dark, this area is really cool because these little pads are phosphorescent and it just lights up the area so much. It's pretty awesome. I think I mentioned that though. So yeah, I mean, this is the thing of Subnautica is just right now, yeah, there's not a whole lot to do, but it's just so pretty. And I've heard a lot of the things that they're trying to do, and for those of you who watch my channel regularly, you'll also know that I did a very, very, very pre-build Subnautica. They released a freeware engine or a freeware demo where they basically were prototyping their engine and doing all these weird algorithmic stuff and everything to try to create these volumetric worlds. And so that's actually, if you remember that this is what that has become. I mean, just all this cool stuff happening with, you know, life floating about inside the water. They've really done a spectacular job, and right now that's the exciting thing about it, is just exploring this world they've created. You know, like I said, it's Minecraft in water, essentially, and once you get to the stage, you just kind of drive around and enjoy the scenery, and that's all there is right now. So if that doesn't excite you, hold off for a bit. In fact, if you go to their website on Subnautica, they're going to tell you the exact same thing. It's one of the reasons that I love these guys, is because they tell the truth. They don't try to bait you in and go, oh yeah, get early access, you'll love it. No, they say, warning, game's unfinished, might break, may not be fun, purchase at your own risk, but if you want to support us, here it is. And, you know, if you're into that kind of stuff, which I am, I love checking out games as they're being developed, then yeah, if you're like me in that regard, this game is worth looking into. It's pretty awesome. And price tag currently that I got this for, you can get it for, I think it's $15 US dollars, and oh no, I think I broke it. Oh no. Well, I guess we're done with this, but anyway, 15 US dollars. And you can also get it for, I think there's a $30, I want to say, special pack that gives you, like, your name engraved on the Cyclops when it's finally released, and a bunch of other cool perks like the soundtrack and everything. So anyway, I guess I'm ending this video here since the game exploded. Welcome to Early Access, everybody. It's to be expected. They're desperately trying to fix all these problems and get things in an orderly fashion while still adding cool new features and making the game just spectacularly awesome. So thanks for voyaging with me in the depths of Subnautica. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, comment, tell me your thoughts on this whole thing and what you want to see Subnautica turn into. And if you have any questions, I'll gladly help as best as I can, but check out their website and you'll learn more. And thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have fun.